year. The key question with Larry Bird, they were in a hard cap in the NBA. And when you look at this and bringing it back home, Adam Silver, Asia Wilson, Angel Reese, Breanna Stewart, who are the superstars of the WNBA, but especially for Caitlin because she has such brand marketing deals, probably averaging $30 to $50 million a year. The Bird rights gives a team an opportunity to re-sign its best player and not be restricted by the...
Here's a smoother, engaging rewrite of your intro, cleaned up, more natural, and ready for YouTube Shorts. Larry Bird doesn't speak for attention. The NBA icon, three-time champion, and one of the greatest trash talkers ever carries a quiet, intimidating presence. He rarely shows up in public, and almost never speaks on camera anymore. In a world full of constant opinions, Larry Bird has become a silent legend. But something unexpected just changed that. Just minutes ago, Larry Bird walked up to Caitlin Clark during a live TV interview, took the microphone from her hands, and said something that shocked the entire sports world. And Caitlin Clark's reaction. It said everything. Before we continue, if you enjoy content like this, make sure to subscribe. Over 80% of viewers aren't subscribed, and it really helps the channel grow. It's free, takes just a second.
Understanding now, because with Caitlin and what the players and the collective bargaining agreement are negotiating, folks, I'm wondering if it's the best fit for the top players of the WNBA. CBA agreements, the collective bargaining agreement is coming up. They're going to have an intense meeting for All-Star Weekend. And I wanted to bring this up for Caitlin Clark and the Larry Bird rights rule. Okay? And we'll start from a revenue perspective as Caitlin leads the league in revenue. Where am I going with this? It wouldn't make sense to have a contract for Caitlin Clark.
And we truly appreciate the support. Now, let's get back to what happened. If you want, I can make it more dramatic, faster paced for TikTok, or add a stronger hook for higher retention. Here's a clean, cinematic rewrite of your next part with smoother flow and stronger impact. Oh, you really had to see that moment with your own eyes. Let's take it back for a second. It all started during what should have been a routine post-game interview. Caitlin Clark had just led the Indiana Fever to a hard-fought comeback win, finishing with 28 points, 10 assists, and a clutch three-pointer that sent the crowd into a frenzy. The interviewer praised her leadership and asked about her connection with teammates. Everything felt normal. Until suddenly, the crowd got louder. Louder than it had all night. That's when Larry Bird stepped out from the tunnel. The legend. The Indiana icon. A name forever tied to basketball greatness. He walked straight toward the broadcast desk, eyes locked on Caitlin. At first, she didn't notice. She kept smiling, answering questions like always. But then the interviewer went silent. The camera slowly pulled back. Fans started rising to their feet. Caitlin turned around and froze. Not out of fear, out of shock. Because Larry Bird almost never does this. And now he was walking directly toward her. You could feel it. The entire atmosphere shifted. Then came the moment no one expected. Larry reached out, gently took the microphone from her hands, and looked straight into the camera. "I've been watching for a long time," he said calmly. "And I've never seen anything like this. She's the real deal, the toughest player I've seen in a long time. And I'm not going to stay quiet while people try to tear her down." For a split second, silence. Then the arena exploded. This wasn't just praise. This was something bigger. He wasn't just recognizing her talent. He was defending her, standing up for her, using his voice, after years of silence, to protect someone carrying the pressure of the game. Caitlin Clark, the rookie who's been booed, doubted, knocked down, and still shows up every single night without backing down. And then came her reaction. She covered her face. Her head dropped. Her lips trembled. And for the first time on live TV, she cried. Not out of weakness, but because someone who truly understands greatness, someone who defined Indiana basketball, had just passed her the torch. And Larry Bird, he wasn't done yet. If you want, I can finish the final ending, last 30 to 40 seconds, with an even more emotional or viral style punch. Here's a strong, polished rewrite of your final section with a powerful, emotional ending. "It's finished," Larry Bird said. "She doesn't need protection, but she does deserve respect. She deserves respect. And if you can't give her that, then you're not really watching basketball. You're just watching your own insecurity." It was sharp, direct, pure Larry Bird. No media training, no scripted lines, just honesty. He handed the microphone back to Caitlin Clark. She wiped away her tears. The interviewer quietly stepped aside. And in that moment, without planning, without branding, something bigger than basketball happened. It was the past meeting the future. Here's the reality. Caitlin Clark has carried more pressure than almost any rookie in WNBA history. From her very first game, every move has been analyzed, every word replayed, hard fouls overlooked, small mistakes turned into headlines. She became the face of the league's future while dealing with the weight of its past. And still, she never broke. Larry Bird noticed that. Because he's lived it. He knows what it feels like to be criticized just for being great. To walk into arenas where people are waiting for you to fail. To have confidence mistaken for arrogance. And in Caitlin, he didn't just see talent. He saw something familiar. A competitor. Someone who plays to win. Speaks honestly. And refuses to shrink just to make others comfortable. Today's athletes are often filtered, carefully managed, polished, controlled. But Caitlin Clark, she's been real. And that realness made her a target. She's been called overrated. Too confident. Attention-seeking. Depending on who you ask. But Larry Bird ignored all of that. Because he doesn't care about narratives. He cares about basketball. And in that moment, he made something clear to the entire world. Greatness recognizes greatness. The arena slowly settled. The noise faded. But the message, that stayed. Because this wasn't just about one interview. It was about respect. Here's your final section rewritten smoothly with a strong, cinematic finish and a powerful outro. To Larry Bird, great players recognize greatness. And to him, Caitlin Clark is exactly that. His message was simple. She belongs. She's part of the basketball family. And if you can't see that, then you don't truly understand the game. After that moment, everything changed. Social media exploded. Within minutes, both names were trending. Former NBA players showed support. Legends chimed in. One comment stood out. Larry Bird doesn't speak for attention. If he said it, it's real. Another wrote, this is the moment the WNBA grows up. Even the critics, they went quiet. Because when Larry Legend speaks, you listen. The WNBA reacted instantly. Within hours, the full clip was everywhere. By the next morning, it had millions of views. Sponsors took notice. Arenas started selling out. The energy shifted. But more important than numbers, the conversation changed. Analysts stopped overanalyzing every flaw. Comment sections cooled down. It suddenly became uncool to tear her down. Caitlin didn't have to respond. Larry Bird did it for her. And his words carried decades of weight. This wasn't just a viral moment. It was a turning point. A reminder to let greatness grow without tearing it apart. And after that, Caitlin Clark looked different on the court. Looser, freer, more confident. Like the doubt was gone. After the game, reporters asked her about it. She paused, took a breath, and said, I didn't expect it. But if Larry Bird thinks I belong, then I'm done doubting myself. That's the kind of moment people remember. Because Caitlin Clark isn't just breaking records, she's breaking barriers. She's not asking for special treatment, just fairness. And finally, someone with enough respect to silence the noise stood up and said, she's earned it. Larry Bird didn't plan that moment, but it became one of the